Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Folks, what is up? And welcome back to the Vol Talk podcast. This is an unscripted podcast about all things volunteer sports. And you're here with myself, Blake, and my brother Austin. And today we are trying to bounce back from a loss that is still depressing. We are still down for the count from such a heart-wrenching loss. But Austin, we've got a cupcake this week in University of Alabama, Birmingham, and hopefully it is yet another drubbing of a cupcake. I'd love to see another 70 points. I don't know about you.
Giving them bulletin board material early, huh? one minute into the show, we're already giving UAB chalkboard material.
I guess they're no Kent State, but so maybe we shouldn't give them bulletin board material. But I mean, it is what it is, right? This offense is electric. So we shall see. But, folks, as always, we request that you kindly like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Today's show is going to be pretty short and sweet. And so we'd really appreciate you guys dropping a comment in the chat and letting us know, a comment in the comment section and letting us know what you think the score is going to be against UAB, baby. What do you think the score is going to be? And also, you can let us know, still how you're feeling after the Georgia loss, because we know it's still on everyone's minds. But please do us a favor, comment, like, share the video as well. That would be so awesome. Austin, we are one follower away from 100 on Spotify, last I checked. So go to
You have
Spotify
bad
information.
We are over 100 now. You are over.
All
We are
right.
over 100. Also,
there we go.
There should be a live chat when we put this as a premiere, so y'all should be able to chat, and I'll try to hang out in the chat if I can. This should premiere at 8:30 tonight on Tuesday, and yeah, so y'all should be able to still hang out in the chat. Maybe I'm wrong about that, so you'll have to let me know if I'm wrong about that or not. But there should be a live chat tonight when it's premiering.
Well, it sounds like I had bad information all the way around. We are already over 100 Spotify followers, so thank you all for that, sincerely. We're okay, so I'm gonna switch gears then, Austin. We're almost to 700 on YouTube, which is awesome, very massive. So thank you all for that as well. Please get us to 700. And yeah, so we're just to give you guys a heads up, we're obviously shifting the format a little bit for this episode. There's some scheduling conflicts with my situation. Austin, if you couldn't kind of tell from his voice, he is under the weather, but as always, he gives his all for Tennessee each and every day. So he is still here on the Vol Talk podcast, bringing the fire commentary to the people. So thank Austin for that. But yeah, so it sounds like maybe we'll still have a live chat in the premiere. Hopefully that goes well. Y'all can let us know how you like it as well. Let us know in the chat / comments how you like the premiere format, because we might have to use it given our scheduling issues. Not scheduling issues, but just scheduling irregularities right now, Austin. So let us know how y'all like it. But without further ado, Austin, we'll hop into the preview. So
Let's do it.
As I said a second ago, it's going to be kind of a short one because it's UAB. We will talk about what we think about the offense versus UAB's defense, and then vice versa, our defense versus their offense, and then we'll give our official score predictions. So we'll start with our offense versus their defense, Austin. And, this one, I mean, dude, our offense is electric again. So I'm hoping we put up a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean, we put up 40 against Georgia, so I'm assuming we're going to be able to do some damage to UAB. That's my assumption. And we have all year. Like you said, the offense is electric again, top 6 in scoring offense right now in the country. And that's with Georgia on the schedule, so that is an impressive number. And really the theme of this show and the theme of the game, I think, is a bounce back, because that was a devastating loss. We're still feeling it as fans. Can't imagine how the players and coaches feel. So they're going to have to bounce back from that. But yeah, I expect more out of the offense, right? It's you're probably going to see us run better in this game than we did against Georgia. So that'll be back. And I'm sure we'll hit some deep pass plays. And again, I think it's a lot of time with these games, it's backup watch. To get the young guys in, see how they play. More Merklinger snaps, more possibly more McIntyre snaps, depending on how out of hand it
Right.
gets. I think the spread is at minus 39.5 right now in favor of Tennessee. So, which honestly kind of seems low. So we'll see. But yeah, I expect, like you said, man, I expect the offense to continue to be electric.
Absolutely. That's what we want to see. And you hit the nail on the head with, how do we bounce back? Obviously, this is should be a fairly easy game, but we need to go out there and show it, right? We need to show that the players have that fire in them, that this loss has motivated them as opposed to brought us down. If we come out and we're slow on offense, if we come out and we're kind of struggling, looking sluggish, people, players aren't looking super motivated, then that'll maybe give me a little cause for concern. Maybe that's just, oh, we're playing UAB, but I hope, regardless of it being UAB or not, that these players come out and show a fire in them, that that loss motivated them and that they don't want to lose again.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. And with the fireman, they're gonna have some fire in them now. Okay, with the
I
fireman
tell
at
you
the
what,
helm. I mean, yeah, I expect it. I expect them to be fine. I mean, from what I'm hearing from the players and the press conferences and things, it seems like they still believe. Um, I will say though, one thing I hate is when teams lose and they say, "Well, we still have everything in front of us," and it's like, and they're coached to do that. That's like the mindset you should have. So I don't have any problem with our players saying it because it's technically true. But also keep in mind, and I'm not comparing us to them because this isn't a good comparison. But UCLA said the same thing after week one, so it's one of those things like technically that's true for every team until you're like mathematically eliminated. Um, but yeah, so it's important that you still take it game by game and actually play to your level. Despite quote everything being out in front of you, that doesn't really matter. You should be focused on UAB and then focused on Mississippi State and then focused on Arkansas and so on and so forth. But yeah, dude, I mean, this shouldn't be a struggle. No real notable players from UAB from what I've seen. So from UAB's defense, but yeah, I mean, again, going back to the fireman, I'm excited just to see more Joey Aguilar. We're only going to get
yes,
him for a
exactly.
season, so I'm excited to watch him play. He's fun to watch play. So one more weekend of that. So let's cherish everyone we got.
Absolutely. A few more tutties from the fireman is going to be fun to see, and hopefully Austin continuing to pad his stats for what is shaping up to be already a really good season so far from him. So definitely want to see that. And yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's, you make a great point. Players can go out and say the coach speak slash player speak or whatever, but then
Hmm.
you got to back it up on the field, right? With your attitude and with how you play instead of just saying it. You got to put your money where your mouth is. So definitely hope to see that from the offense, but I guess Austin, we can transition over to the defense, which is obviously still where some question marks lie, right? We saw against Georgia, these injuries are kind of hurting us, especially in the secondary. Of course, it's UAB, so maybe this is yet another game where we're getting reps for those depth pieces, which are obviously increasingly more important.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we all want to see the run defense be better, even if it's against bad competition. The run defense, I think, hasn't been good all year. Even going back to the Syracuse game, I'm going to throw Chattanooga out. I mean, and UAB is a step up from Chattanooga. I mean, they're an FBS team. Um, but still, I'm going to throw the Chattanooga game out. Want to see the run defense play better and be better. Um, and yeah, and I don't know if any of the injured guys are going to play. I would love to bring people information on that, but we get no information. Once again, we've gotten no information on the guys that have been out. We just have to wait and see if they play. And I hope some of them, I mean, surely, I mean, Hobbs, I remember when he got hurt in training camp and they said it was like a 3 or 4 week injury. Um, so it feels like he should be about ready to go. Jackson Moy, I remember when Hype was initially asked about Moy and Ricky Gibson, he specifically said Gibson will be out for a while, but Jackson Moy is kind of week to week, day to day kind of thing. So I expect him to be back potentially pretty soon. And then Jermon McCoy, man, let's not forget during the off season in training camp, he was already doing team drills, and that was
Right.
a month ago, or close to a month ago at this point. So again, I don't know when he's going to play. We'll just have to see him on a Saturday. One of these Saturdays he'll be here. I don't know which one. But when he is, I think that will change the complexion of the defense. I think all of us as fans, there's a million different reasons the Georgia game ended, the result ended in the way it did. But I think we all agree that Jermon McCoy could have been a complete difference maker on the other side of Colton Hood in that game. Not that Ty Redmond hasn't been good, but expect a true freshman corner to play man to man against Georgia. It's a really hard thing to do, and he did a solid job. He's not going to do as good as a job as an All American would, and Jermon McCoy. So, looking forward to him getting back. I don't know if it'll be this game. I doubt it. I think this coaching staff is taking injuries like, okay, if we don't need to play the guy in a game like this, then we're not going to. I tend to agree with that philosophy.
Right.
So I expect him to be back sometime during SEC play, but you never know, man. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see for sure. And I think I also agree. Against UAB, I don't even know if those in-game reps would be worth it, right? Compared to, the risk of potentially coming back too soon when you're trying to get to 100%. So I think I agree. Hope probably and hopefully we'll see Jermon McCoy sit again this week. Probably a lot of those other guys as well. But then, like you mentioned a second ago, we got SEC play. We've already started SEC play, but we're going to start going on the road. And so we're going to need those pieces to come back because to continue to, knock out what's in front of us, that phrase that you put out there, we're going to need those players through these SEC games so that we don't drop one of those astonishing road losses that Heupel always seems to have that we've talked about before, right? And make sure that we win all the games that we need to win throughout the SEC. So yeah, for this defense especially, let's continue to rest these guys against UAB, but we're going to need them back sooner rather than later. So anything that you particularly want or need to see from the defense in this kind of
I'll
easy
shout out
matchup?
UAB's quarterback, Jalen
No.
Kitna. Florida transferred from Florida. And Blake, if you look this guy up, he has a questionable accusation in his past
He
that
does.
I will not mention on the podcast because I'll just leave it right there.
Okay.
I'll just leave it right there.
Well,
Um,
we'd get taken down probably.
yeah.
But just put it this way, it's not surprising coming from a Florida player, former.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. And yeah, I'll just leave it right there. I won't even touch that. But if you do Google him, it'll probably come up. He is their quarterback. He's played okay this year. He hasn't been great. He does tend to throw a lot of turnover-worthy plays, so that's something to look out for. We haven't done a phenomenal job of creating takeaways on defense this year. I will say Colton Hood had that, which a play we didn't even shout out in the review show because we were talking about so much, but an incredible play that didn't even count where he deflected the ball up and picked it off, but there was a penalty on the play, so it didn't end up counting, but that was an incredible play. But outside of that, there's not been a ton of takeaways. So look for that in this game. Takeaways are always nice. They're fun. Another developing story is, man, Jordan Ross, according to PFF, had a phenomenal day rushing the passer against Georgia. Of course, Joseph's did. He had the sack fumble. He's completely broken out as a pass rusher, even though he was already good last year. So continue to watch Jordan Ross's development, man. He's a guy that I think we're going to need an SEC play in a desperate way because if we have that duo of edge rushers, dude, that's going to be really good going into some of the quarterbacks we're going to start playing, some mobile quarterbacks. I mean, we have Taylon Green coming up. We remember Taylon Green from last year, Blake, in Arkansas and what he did to us. So that's going to be pretty critical going forward here. But so yeah, Jordan Ross, watch for me every week, baby.
Same thing on defense as on offense when we want to see these star players have some awesome plays early, put the game away early, and then bring out the second and third strings to get those reps, in-game reps for your depth, and yeah, just have a fun day, a bounce back day of putting it to UAB. Austin, maybe this is a segue into our official score predictions, but do you think the defense, hey, we gave up 17 against ETSU. Do you think the defense will be able to shut out UAB?
Shut out UAB. I don't know, man. It's tough because I mean, even Syracuse ran the ball on us pretty effectively, um, which wasn't really expected. Um, Shutout. I won't call for a shutout, man. This defense, it's still too banged up, and also I've seen some interesting debate about the defense and its ceiling this year. I was pretty convinced going into the year that it wasn't going to be good as last year's defense. Um, I didn't think it would have a big fall off. Now I'm not convinced it has had a big fall off either. I mean, you lose a top 10 or top 5 matchup to Georgia. It's not like it's, oh, you're written off. The defense can't be good the rest of the year. It's also just one game. And again, I mentioned the injuries, but yeah, I won't call for a shutout. I just don't think this defense has that in them, especially giving up 17 to old Chattanooga.
Yeah, ETSU.
Oh yeah, ETSU. That's right. My bad. ETSU.
Yeah, you're you're confusing our other East Tennessee local regional quote unquote rival that we have drubbed the past couple of years. But yeah, ETSU 17. I think I agree with you. It's probably not likely that we shut them out, but let's go ahead and transition over to official score predictions, Austin. So if we don't shut them out, what are you thinking in terms of final score, Tennessee versus UAB?
Give me 69-10.
Okay,
69 to
okay,
10.
69 to
Yes,
69 to 10. I
we
like it.
cover the spread.
Nice. I like it. So 69 to 10, not quite breaking the points record like we did against ETSU, but stopping them, not letting them score quite as many points as ETSU. Okay, I like it. I think I will go give me 55 to 3, which
Okay.
is
Wait, didn't you
once
predict that for
again,
ETSU?
yes, I did.
You
Yes,
keep
that
going
is
back
correct.
to the 55 to 3. Well, it never worked out for me.
I know it didn't work out for you last year against Kent State. But hey, a broke clock is right twice a day. So eventually it'll land,
55 to
I
3, it will
think.
hit. Okay. All right. I like it.
We'll see. We'll see. But hey, give us Vols big, baby. Give us Vols big in the bounce back game. One way or another, Vols by 50, Vols by a lot
I
against
like it.
UAB. So, folks, we appreciate you joining us for this abbreviated game preview of Tennessee versus UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham. As we said, this video format is going to be a premiere instead of a live stream due to scheduling conflicts. So please let us know in the live chat if there is one for the premiere slash
We'll
comments.
see.
Let us know what you think of the. Yeah, we'll see. Let us know what you think of the format,
We're
how you
also
like it.
quick-winded
Because
today, Blake. This is the most quick-winded we've ever
I
been.
I tell you, honestly, it's needed. Again, we both need some rest. You need some rest. You're a little under the weather, so yeah, it's short and to the point. Hopefully, the unthinkable doesn't happen, and we're sweating UAB. Hopefully, the game is as quick as
That
our
doesn't happen under
analysis
Heupel, man.
today.
This ain't Butch Jones.
True, true. Little bit of battered ball syndrome coming out because that's true. It doesn't happen under Heupel. We actually put away these cupcakes pretty quickly. So, but yeah. So folks, let us know what you think of this format. We'll probably have to rely on it again in the future this season, and of course, let us know your score predictions in the chat. And we are going to continue the schedule, the Vol Talk schedule. So, as usual, we will have our game review on Sunday. We will aim to do that at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll be this Sunday. We were a little late again due to scheduling conflicts. We'll aim to be back at the normal time this coming Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern live. So join us for that. We'll see if we have any other topics to discuss after a weekend of football other than the UAB game. Hopefully, once again, that review will be pretty quick as well. And then maybe we'll see what other topics we have to talk about. But until then, folks, we will catch y'all on the other side of the UAB game. Until then, as always, baby, go freaking Vols.
GBO.